Okay, episode 7, page 22. Beowulf has just been speaking to Hrothgar for the first time. Beowulf talks about his purpose, why he's been there. He's just presented to Hrothgar kind of his plan. Let us do this alone. I'm going to do it barehanded. Excuse me. If I die, send all of my my valuables back to my people. So now Hrothgar will speak. Hrothgar replied, protector of the Danes, Beowulf, you've come to us in friendship, and because of the reception your father found at our court. Ecgtheow had begun a bitter feud, killing Half, a wolfing warrior. Your father's countrymen were afraid of war if he returned to his home, and they turned him away. Then he traveled across the curving waves to the land of the Danes. I was new to the throne then, a young man ruling this wide kingdom and its golden city. Hergar, my older brother, a far better man than I, had died, and dying made me second among Healfdene's son, first in this nation. I bought the end of Ecgtheow's quarrel, sent ancient treasures through the ocean's furrows to the Wolfings. Your father swore he'd keep that peace. So, what Hrothgar just reveals is that not only did he know Beowulf's father, but he actually saved Beowulf's father's life. So, if you look in the notes behind me, there's the story of Ecgtheow, a Geat and Beowulf's father. So let's go through it. Ecgtheow killed a wolfing warrior. The Wolfings are another tribe, like the Danes or the Geats. So he kills another guy from another tribe. He's then banned by Geatland. The Geats say, we don't want you back here, because when you come back here, you're going to bring the Wolfings back here. They're going to come and invade and attack us. So actually, Ecgtheow kind of gets on a ship and ends up in Denmark, as he has nowhere else to go. Hrothgar's new to the throne at this time. His older brother has died, and he's second in line, and we'll talk about what happens between how he actually gets the throne later on. But he's new, and he's not really sure what he's supposed to do, but he knows in his heart of hearts that Ecgtheow is a good guy. So he says, you know what? I will fix this situation. He actually sends treasure to the Wolfings and buys peace for Ecgtheow. Basically, Hrothgar kind of puts his kingdom in jeopardy for Ecgtheow. Ecgtheow promises Hrothgar, I will keep this peace. I will do whatever I have to keep this peace. And this is really important, as Hrothgar helped to really shape who Beowulf is today. His father was available. His father was able to return to Geatland to help raise him. And all of Beowulf's experiences come because Hrothgar essentially saved his father's life. So there's no clearer description of formation of identity through a theme than the fact that Hrothgar saved Ecgtheow's life, which then in turn helped Beowulf become the person that he is today. So page 22, line 473. My tongue grows heavy in my heart when I try to tell you that what Grendel has brought us, the damage he's done here in this hall. You see for yourself how much smaller our ranks have become, and can guess what we've lost to his terror. Surely the Lord Almighty could stop his madness, smother his lust. How many times have my men, glowing with courage drawn from too many cups of ale, sworn to stay after dark and stem that horror with a sweep of their swords. And then, in the morning, this mead hall, glittering with new light, would be drenched with blood. The benches stained red, the floors all wet from the fiend's savage assault, and my soldiers would be fewer still, death taking more and more. But to table, Beowulf, a banquet in your honor. Let us toast your victories and talk of the future. So it's almost as if Hrothgar begins to kind of digress and say, you know, I've lost so many men, our ranks are so much smaller, and every night the men would think they would have the courage to actually try and face Grendel, but they didn't have the skill and they could never do it. So they would wake up in the morning and the hall is drenched with blood and he's lost more men. He kind of like catches himself and says, okay, let's get back to this celebration. You're here because you're going to save us. And they're having this celebration in order to thank Beowulf for even just taking the opportunity to come and try and save them. Then Hrothgar's men gave places to the Geats, yielded benches to the brave visitors, and led them to the feast. The keeper of the mead came carrying out the carved flasks, and poured that bright sweetness. A poet sang, from time to time in a clear, pure voice. Danes and visiting Geats celebrated as one, drank and rejoiced. So There is entertainment, there is mead, there is food, there is music, there's a poet. All of this is going to start to awaken Grendel. Because remember, this is the first celebration in this hall in 12 years.